Hi, and welcome back to the vlog once again. Excuse me a second. Oh, you have to love a bit of OJ. Not Simpson, that is. OJ, just orange juice. Okay, don't know why I put that in. It's just mad. Welcome back to the vlog. Influencers. This is what we've been talking about over the last few weeks. And this week, let me see where we've got to. Yes, we're down to number 4, and today I'm going to do number 4 and number 3 together because they are intrinsically linked. So, number 4 is a book and a film. I should do the... yeah. Anyway, forget. I should do that. I don't know why I should do that. Let's give us a clue. Oh yeah, give us a clue. Sorry. Yeah. I don't know where I am today. I think it's the drugs. So, yes, a book and a film, and the subject of much derision and the subject of much amazement. For me, it's the greatest film of all time. Obviously, a lot of people would disagree with me, and I've got to be very careful that I don't go off on a tangent with this, because I could spend hours and hours defending this film as being one of the greatest cinematic pieces ever made. So, if you know me, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't know me, you'll now find out that my opinion is that Jaws is one of the greatest films of all time. Don't start with the rubber shark. Whatever you do, don't mention it to me, because I will just tell you the facts. That the shark itself in Jaws, in the movie, was only in the movie for 4 minutes. In a film that was over 2 hours long, which back in its day was a very long film. Films tended to be 90 minutes, and that was it. This was over 2 hours. It was an epic, and the shark was actually only in it for about 4 minutes. Now, interestingly, of that 4 minutes, a very large percentage was real life shark footage taken in Australia and cut into the film and mixed in with the mechanical shark, which famously went wrong all the time. So yes, okay, the breach scene where the shark jumps on the boat wasn't very realistic, and everybody remembers that. That lasted 6 seconds. And if I could CGI that scene and put it back into the original film, I'd love to show that to the 10-year-olds, as I was when in 1975, at 10 years old, I sneaked into the cinema when I shouldn't even have been there, and see if anybody of 10 years old thinks that that's a stupid special effect, because believe me, when you're 10 and you watch that back in those days, you pooed your pants. It was a very scary film, and people ran out of the cinema at certain points when the head dropped out of the boat and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, I'm not going to convince you, because these kids these days are intrinsically sort of desensitized from that type of stuff. They play games with zombies and blood and guts and whatever. They're not scared of anything. So you show them Jaws and they'll just laugh at you. But it's not about the shark. The fact is, this film is about 3 guys, and the acting in it is, well, it should have been Oscar winning, but it was amazing. And anyway, that brings me on to influence number 3, and that's Steven Spielberg. Obviously, Steven Spielberg directed Jaws. It was his second directorial position. He'd made a film called The Duel, which basically about a lorry that chased a car, and the whole film was a lorry chasing a car. You never see the driver. It was a little bit tense, and there was thrilling music and bits and pieces that went on, but it subsequently became a bit of a cult classic. But at the end of the day, it was a fairly nothingy film. But because of that, he got the job to direct Jaws, which I think probably nobody else wanted, and I think while he was doing it, he didn't want, because it was a bit of a nightmare with this mechanical shark that didn't work. But through his skills of using anything else to depict the shark, such as how clever was it for him to use floating barrels on the water to make you know where the shark is, because the barrels are being attached to the shark. So clever that people don't even realise it happens. They're watching the barrels and they know the shark's there. Wow, fantastic. What an idea. Just because the mechanical shark didn't work. But anyway, I'm going back to Jaws again. I told you I'd digress, and it's difficult for me because it's such a good film, which I have watched over 100 times. So let's not go down that route again. But yeah, Steven Spielberg. Basically, my life has been surrounded by Steven Spielberg films. He has made some of the greatest cinematic pieces of all time and continues to do so on a regular basis. So a completely massive influence on me and on my books. His work is referenced umpteen times throughout the books, and people who finally read them, either by downloading a free version of part 1 or buying part 2 or waiting for part 3 to come out, will read these influences, and hopefully they'll go, oh yeah, I spot that, yeah, I see that's a reference to XYZ or whatever it might be. So that's influences 4 and 3, and next week we'll come on to influences 2 and 1, and it should lead us right into, hopefully, if everything goes to plan, the release of part 3 on the 7th of August. Okay, thank you very much for indulging me. Sorry it was a bit of a rant, but Jaws is the greatest film of all time. Please go and watch it, even if you don't really want to, and see rubber sharks. Not to worry, it's brilliant. Thanks a lot. Take care.